This is Dr. V. Padmanabh Reddy, Professor of EC Department, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Welcome to video lecture series on course Signals and Systems. Today we are going to discuss about the exponential and sinusoidal signals. Let us see the complex continuous time complex exponential signal that is represented mathematically x of t equal to c e power at. This is in this form. In this case, there are two parameters are there. One is c is a parameter, other one a is a parameter. Different values of c and a values that can exhibit the different properties. Different properties. Let us see. Suppose your c and a are real numbers. Real numbers. Such type of signals are called as real exponential signals. Suppose the c and a are purely and c is a constant or real number, real constant or real constant, and a is a purely imaginary. Imaginary. Such type of signals are called as sinusoid signals. Suppose both c and a are complex numbers. Complex numbers. That is called as general complex exponential signals. Let us discuss about one by one. First, you go for the real exponential signals. A real exponential signal, you know that c is a real number, a also a real number. The expression is given by x of t equal to c e power at. These are real exponential signals. For these signals, different values of a that can exhibit the different type of behaviors. Let us discuss about a is equal to greater than 0, a is equal to less than 0, a is equal to 0. What is the behavior of the x of t? Okay, let us see. For example, we take the x of t values. If a is equal to greater than 0, when a is greater than 0 means that indicating a positive values of a. That means c is equal to real number, c times multiplication of the e power positive values of a, e power at. That means it is nothing but an exponentially rising function. Exponentially rising function. And also, the curve can be intercepted at point of c. That indicating as at t is equal to 0, we get the c value. The curve can intersect with the y-axis at c values. Similarly, you see this, suppose for a is equal to less than 0 case. For a is equal to less than 0 case, we see that this is a behavior of a signal like this. The exponential decaying curve. For this is indicating a negative values of a, and it is crossing this curve can be intersecting the at c with y-axis. Suppose a equal to 0 case. For a is equal to 0, enter e power 0 value equal to 1. So x of t is equal to c. Or all times at any values of t, these are constant values. C is any times when c is a constant value. This is only for this DC signal. DC signals. This is about the different values of a, different behaviors. Next, you go for the suppose complex exponential signals. In case complex exponential signals, c taken as a constant value, say it is equal to 1, and a is purely imaginary. A is equal to purely imaginary. And such signals are called complex exponential signals. Let us now write our expression is like this: x of t equal to e power j omega naught t. Where a can be replaced with j omega naught t, purely imaginary quantity. It is called as complex exponential signals. You know that Euler's formula. According to Euler's formula, x of t can be written as a cos omega naught t and j sin omega naught t. That indicates this is a real part of the x of t. This is called as imaginary part of real part of x of t. The real part, the imaginary part of x of t according to Euler's formulas. And also you can say that x of t is a nothing but a sinusoidal signals. And also it's periodic. What is periodic condition? You know that periodicity condition. Suppose x of t equal to x of t plus capital T. X of t periodic signal. When this condition is satisfied, this t indicating a period of the periodic signals, this t indicating a period of periodic signals. When this condition is satisfied, the x of t signal is said to be a periodic signals. Let us see. This is a condition for periodicity. Okay. Let us take a according to this formula. Now we can substituting the x of t plus t. See the x of t plus t. Simply I am substituting it t replaced with the t plus t. E power j omega t plus capital T. This can written as a respect to the x of t plus capital T equal to e power j omega naught t e power j omega naught capital T. When this is periodic, when this omega naught t is equal to e power j omega naught, the omega naught t is e power j omega t value equal to 1, then only x of t plus capital T equal to x of t. That's why I am writing as periodic condition satisfied with suppose e power j omega t equal to 1 value, e power j omega t equal to 1 value, one value, then it is satisfy the periodic condition. That means when it is a one value, whenever the omega naught t value equal to 2 pi m, where m is an integer number, then only it satisfies the periodic conditions. Okay, the integer multiple of 2 pi radians, when omega naught t value equal to integer multiple of 2 pi radians, then only the periodic condition is satisfied. According to this expression, now they want 2 pi m by t equal to omega naught, where omega naught gives the frequency, radian frequency, where t is a time period of the exponential signal. What is the fundamental time period? The fundamental time period given as the smallest value of t is called a fundamental time period. The fundamental time period of the exponential signal is t naught, is a t naught value. This is given by smallest values of t value. Okay, like this. Now you can see in case of sinusoidal signals, in general, the sinusoidal signal can express as a times the cos omega naught t plus theta, where theta is a phase angle, omega is the fundamental frequency, and a is a magnitude of the signals. It is expressed in terms of the e power j functions. That means you know that e power plus j omega naught t and e power minus j omega naught t both have a same time period. Same fundamental frequency. So I am expressing this and also according to Euler's formula. You know that e power j omega t plus theta this is written as cos omega t plus theta plus j times of sin omega t plus theta. You know this according to Euler formula. Similarly, my j omega plus theta. So also it has cos omega t plus theta minus j sin omega t plus theta. By addition of these two, you can get with the 2 times of cos omega t plus theta, that equal to, you know that e power j omega t plus theta, e power minus j omega t plus theta divided. That according to this expression, you get the you write the x of a cos omega t plus theta equal to a by 2 e power j omega t plus theta e power minus j omega t plus theta. This can be according to the expressions. You can write like this. So I can write it as a cos omega t plus theta is the real part of a e power j omega t plus theta. A sin omega t plus theta equal to imaginary part of the e power j omega t plus theta. Now what is the fundamental period? You know that this is a fundamental time period is given by t naught is to 2 pi omega naught. You see this expression when omega naught values are higher values of omega naught, the rate of oscillations also increases. Where t naught will become a smaller value. When When omega naught will lower values of omega naught value, T naught will be larger values. That is the low frequency signals we are getting. Let us see the signal. Take A cos omega naught plus theta signal like this. You see the on where t is equal to 0, we are getting t is equal to 0 cos A cos omega cos theta. It means this is the crossing point we are getting for the A cos theta. Exactly. And maximum value of A equal to maximum value of the peak value of is x of t equal by A, and minimum value of x of t equal minus A, and time period is given by time period is t naught is a time period between peak to peak. Okay, we are getting time period. This is nothing but t naught equal by 2 pi by omega naught. This is equal to 2 pi by omega naught. 2 by omega naught. This is the time period for sinusoidal signals. Let us see the different cases. First, you see the x1 t is equal to cos omega 1 t. This is a signal representation. Okay, and omega 2 values are greater than omega 1. That means the rate of oscillation can be increased. Omega 2 frequency of signal is greater than omega 1. In such case, the rate of oscillation can be increased. Similarly, again, omega 3 is greater than omega 2. This is the expression for the x3t. Is given by the oscillation rate of oscillation can be increased. That's why I told when omega higher values of omega naught, rate of oscillation can be increased. Time period is a smaller the time period. Here the time period is a very large. Time period is very large. When the t1 value equal to t1 value equal to greater than the t2 value greater than the t3 value. Time periods. That is general complex exponential signals. You see the A and C values are purely, not purely, complex numbers. Complex numbers. That is nothing but a x plus I y form. X, y, I, y form. Both are complex numbers. Such type of signals are called general complex exponential signals. Today I am writing for A value can be written a real part of this one and imaginary part of this one. With the rectangle, it is a rectangular form. Rectangular form. It is a rectangular form. Similarly, I am expressing the C value also in polar form. It is the complex number and representing the polar form. Polar signal representation. Now, this is the general complex exponential signal can be expressed as a x of t given by absolute values of C multiplied with e power j phi e power r plus j omega naught into t. This signal. Now, these are like this. We are writing for x of t absolute value C e power r t e power j omega naught t plus phi. This gives the simply observe in this case this e power r t where r is a real number. It indicating a real exponential. E power r t indicate real exponential, whereas this part indicating either nothing but it is a indicate science. These are the exponential signals. The exponential signal can be multiplied with real exponential signals. And also, according to Euler formula, you can also write it as x of t equal to C e power r t cos omega naught t plus phi plus j sin omega naught t plus phi. That means the sinusoid signals are multiplied with real exponential signals. The e power r t indicate real exponential signals. Sine and cosine functions are sinusoid signals. The sinusoid is multiplied by the real exponential. The constant is nothing but a simply multiplication factor, a scaling factor. This one, you can see that this is indicating that for r is greater than 0 value. It is nothing positive values of r. That means e power r t cosine function or sine function. That gives this simply the sinusoidal signals are multiplied by the real exponential function. That gives the r for r is greater than 0. We are getting for the sinusoidal signals are multiplied by the exponentially growing signals. That's why this is I think we are getting like this. That means this indicating the envelope of the signals for r is greater than 0. Next you can see the suppose r values are r equal to 0. Now r equal to 0 means e power 0, 1 value. That means simply we are getting only for the purely sinusoid signals. Okay, sinusoid signals. Suppose r is equal to less than 0. In this case, the sinusoidal signals are multiplied by the exponentially decaying signals. Exponentially decaying signals. This is for the real case. Next, you consider harmonic related complex exponential signals. You know that e power j omega t is a periodic signal. When it is periodic means we satisfy the periodic condition. That's why I am writing as e power j omega t plus t naught. It is written as e power j omega t e power j omega t naught. Whenever this value become a 1, then only it is become a periodic condition. That is e power j omega t naught is equal to 1. When it is 1, it is possible omega t naught equal to 2 pi some m. 2 by m. Then only it is periodic. When this condition is satisfied, omega t naught equal to 2 pi m. That is the integer multiple of 2 pi hence is equal to the omega t naught value. Then periodic. That's why omega t naught 2 pi, sorry, k. We take it as k, 2 pi k, where k is an integer number. Okay, k is an integer number. Omega naught t 2 pi t naught by k. That is it. What is, you know that 2 pi by omega naught equal to nothing but a fundamental frequency. That is, I am written, this is replaced with omega naught. Omega naught into k. That's why omega naught t naught equal to omega naught into k. That means so this omega is not there. Omega equal to 2 pi by t naught into k. That means so we see that this is a fundamental frequency. Omega equal to omega naught into k. That means when k is equal to 1, that indicating as a fundamental frequency. When k is equal to 2, this is a second harmonic. Now when k is equal to 3, this is third harmonic, and I'll go on up to kth harmonic. Like this, so this can be expressed as xk of t is written as e power j omega naught k into t. This is called harmonic related complex exponential signals. Now we can go for the discrete case. Previously we discussed about the continuous time complex exponential signals. Now we are going to discuss about the discrete time complex exponential signals. It also the mathematical representation of the discrete time complex exponential signal given by the x of n equal to c times of alpha power of n, where n is integer number, where alpha is given by the alpha equal to e power beta. In case of the alpha beta, first we are going to discuss about real exponential. In case of real exponential, both alpha and c are the real numbers. Then let us consider where c is equal to 2. When c is equal to 2, alpha is equal to 1.1 and x of n equal to 2 times of 1.1 whole power n. Now this is case for the alpha is greater than 1. Alpha greater than case. That's why c is equal to 2, alpha is 1.1, x of n equal to 2 times of 1.1 whole power n, where n is integer. Let us consider alpha is greater than 1. For this case, simply when alpha greater than 1 means it is written as a exponentially rising function. That's why the samples are less exponentially growing. The magnitude of the samples are increasing order. Let us say when n is equal to 0, 2, n is equal to 1, 2.2, n is equal to 2, 2.4, 3, 2.66, 4, 2.92. For you observe that in this case, it is increasing order from 2 to 4.28. That means so the magnitude of samples are increasing order as n value increases. This is called we get different. That means different values of alpha value, different type of behavior in case of the real exponential signals. Let us say now can consider alpha is equal to less than 1 or between 0 to 1. Alpha is equal to between 0 to 1 case. Alpha is equal to less than 0, less than alpha less than 1. For this case, what is the behavior of the real exponential sequence? Let us see the c is equal to 2 as usual. Alpha is 0.9. We can say alpha is less than 1 and between the 0 and 1. 2 times of 0.9 whole power n. This is the equation. Now substituting the n values, do the n values. N equal 0, 2, n equal 1, 1.8, 2 1.62, and 3 1.46, and 4 1.31, and 5 1.18. Like this, you observe that it is a decreasing order, exponentially decaying order. The magnitude of samples are decaying with n is increasing, and with n is increases. With n is increases. This is one of the behavior of the next case. Next case, if x of n is equal to negative value, that means its values are lies between the -1 less than alpha less than 0. Under this condition, this is another -1 less than alpha less than 0 condition. So I am taking as a minus 0.9. You get the for the even number of n values, we have got all values x of n values are positive. For odd number of n values, x of n values are negative values. Alternatively, positive negative values we are getting. And also the value, because is less than one value, 0.9. The value alpha value 0.9. That's why is exponentially decaying. The magnitude of the samples are exponentially decaying order, and also the decaying order like this. But samples are alternative plus and minus values. You see, observe any 0, 2, 1, 1. Minus 1.8, 2, 1.62, 3, minus 1.46, 4, 1.31, 5, minus 1.18, and so on. This is a decreasing order. Decaying exponentially with the n values. And also the samples are alternately positive and negative values. Under the condition of -1 less than alpha less than 0. Let us say is alpha is equal to less than -1. -1. Check. Greater than -1. Alpha is equal to less than -1. Under these conditions, we take -1.1 case. Alpha is equal to -1.1 and c is equal to 2. Under this condition, this is also exponentially rising function. The magnitude of samples are increasing order, but samples are considered alternately positive and negative values. For even number of n, we are getting positive values, and odd number of n, we are getting the negative values. You see the n values and x of n values. Okay, we observe that this is a negative value, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. For even number of n, positive values, odd number of n, negative values. They exponentially rising. Next, you can see the alpha is equal to -1 case. In alpha is -1, we are getting the for a even number of n value, positive value, odd number of n, negative value. Let us see 0, 2, n value 0, x of 2, 1, n is equal to 1, x of -2, 2, 2, 3, -2, 4, 2, like this. We are values are magnitude values are constant, but samples are arises alternately positive and negative samples. Positive and negative samples. This is a graphical representation for this one. Similarly, the alpha is equal to 1. We are getting the DC sequence, direct current sequence, DC sequence. All values are same values. For all n values, x of n value is same. You get the DC sequence. This is for the real exponential. Next, you can go for the sinusoidal sequences. In case sinusoid, as previously we discussed about the continuous time sequence, beta is equal to purely imaginary. In this sequence also we are getting discrete time sinusoidal sequences for beta is purely imaginary case. Assuming that c is equal to 1, beta is equal to j omega naught value, e power j omega naught n. According to Euler's formula, we are writing as x of n equal to cos omega naught n, j sin omega naught n. For sinusoidal signals, a cos omega n plus phi, a by 2 e power j phi, j omega naught n, plus a by 2 e power minus j phi, e power minus j omega naught n. This is a in general complex exponential sequence. Both c and a are pure complex numbers. These two numbers can be expressed in terms of polar form. Alpha value can express polar form. The alpha mod h value, e power j omega naught value. Okay, it has the polar form. It also polar form. C also C e power j phi. Now we can write x of n sequence. X of n is equal to C e power alpha power n e power j omega naught n plus phi. This simply it is a real exponential function. Alpha power n real exponential function multiplied with complex exponential function. Complex exponential function. This complex exponential again you can written as a sinusoidal form. That's why C alpha power n cos of omega naught n phi j sin omega naught n plus phi. That is real exponential is multiplied with sinusoidals. Let us see when alpha is equal to greater than 1. When alpha greater than means the sinusoidal signals are multiplied by the exponentially growing signals. You see the previous slide. The alpha over n multiplied with cosine omega naught plus phi plus j sin omega naught. Suppose we are multiplying with alpha is equal to larger values. That is nothing but alpha is greater than 1. That means sinusoidal signals are multiplied with the exponentially growing exponential. Let us see. Which is the growing exponential. Samples are look like this one. Suppose alpha is equal to lies between 0 and 1. Under this condition, exponentially decaying functions. Decaying, that means the sinusoidal signals are decaying exponential signal is multiplied by the sinusoidal sequences. Yes. And also these signals can be generated by the damped oscillations. This is about the signal. Now you can see the properties. There, what is the properties of the discrete time complex exponential signals? There are many similarities between the continuous time exponential signals and discrete time exponential signals. Among similarities, there are also some properties. There are also some different properties. Differences in properties. The first one is there are a number of similarities between the continuous time signals and discrete time signals. Also, there is a differences in properties of continuous and discrete time signals. But we identified two properties. These two properties are different. These properties of discrete time signals are different from the continuous time counterpart. That's two properties. First one is you see the larger magnitude. For continuous time signals, larger magnitude of omega naught value, higher rate of oscillations occur. That gives the different type of signals are about different values of the omega naught. Different type of signals for the different values of the omega naught. Well, it is already discussed. It's already discussed previous slides. Okay. In case of the discrete time signals, the e power j omega naught n measurement, the identical signals for values of omega naught. The omega naught values are separated by the 2 pi radians. Let us check this point of view. In case of the continuous time signals, omega naught value increases, rate of oscillations increases, different type of signals are possible for the different values of the omega naught. Well, in case of the discrete time signals, identical signals for the values of omega naught, if omega naught is separated by the 2 pi radians. Let us discuss about it. The signals are e power j omega. Suppose we take e power j omega n plus 2 pi radians, multiply with n. This criteria e power j 2 pi n, e power j 2 pi n. We know that e power j 2 pi n value. What is e power j 2 pi n value? This value equal to 1. Multiple. That according to Euler's formula, you can write it as a cos 2 pi n plus j sin 2 pi. That multiple of 2 pi n's. Cos function multiple of 2 pi n's, this value become 1. Sin function multiple of 2 pi n's, the value become 0. That means this value become 1. That's why e power j 2 pi n value equal to 1. 2 pi n value equal to 1. Okay. Similarly, we are calculating for the e power j omega naught plus 4 pi. It's also one value. E power j omega naught 6 pi. That means the integer multiple of 2 pi newtons. E power integer multiple of e power j 2 pi 6 pi n. J omega g power j omega naught plus 8 pi n. For all this value becomes 1. Because simply you can know that it is written as a e power j omega naught 2 pi k into n. E power j 2 pi k n values are 1. Where k is an integer number and n also integer number, and it becomes integer number. Integer multiple of the 2 pi is that become 1. That's why always you observe that 2 pi to 4 pi, the difference is equal to 2 pi radians. 4 pi to 6 pi, difference is equal to 2 pi radians. 6 pi to 8 pi, difference is equal to 2 pi radians. That's why I told the discrete time signals, it form identical signals for the values of omega naught. They are separated by the 2 pi radians. That's why always you can choose the omega naught value between the either 0 to 2 pi, or you can minus pi to plus pi values. Minus pi to plus pi values. You choose like this. And also one more observation is that as omega naught can be increased. As omega naught can be increased from 0, rate of oscillation increases until it reaches the pi radians. Omega naught value is pi radians. Similarly, as continuously increasing the omega naught value from pi, rate of oscillation can decrease until it reaches to 2 pi radians. That means 0, 2 pi, we are getting the lower frequencies. Near 0, near 2 pi radians, we are getting low frequencies. Similarly, that may, for in case of the near pi and pi values, near pi values, we are getting the high frequencies. Higher the frequencies. Higher frequencies. That means simply you can say that even multiple of pi radians. Even multiple of pi radians, we are getting the low frequencies, and odd multiple of pi radians, we are getting the higher the frequencies. At odd multiple of pi radians, we get let us say pi, 3 pi, and 5 pi, and so on. Odd multiple of pi radians, we are getting the higher the rate of oscillations, the higher the frequency possible. Whereas it is even multiple, 2 pi, 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, and so on. We are getting the low frequency oscillations. Let us observe that in this case. You see the diagram. In the first case is a omega naught is equal to 0. You know the e power j omega naught n. Connect that for example, we take the cosine function. These are the cosine function. Cos omega naught n. We consider as omega naught is equal to 0. When omega naught is 0, cos 0, this value equal to 1. That's why for all n, for annual increase, all values are, the sample values are equal to 1 only. There is no, here we have only DC. There is no oscillations in this case. Simply I am increasing the omega naught value. The increases to pi by 8. Omega naught is pi by 8. That means cos pi by 8 n. Omega naught is pi by 8. Cos pi by 8 n. That means simply they start the oscillations. Cos pi by 8 n. For this case, we are getting the alternate negative samples as well as positive samples we are getting. We can start the oscillations can be sustained. Oscillations can sustain this omega pi by 8. Similarly, when omega naught is equal to pi by 4, the increasing rate of oscillations from pi by 8 to pi by 4, the increasing rate of oscillations. Okay. Similarly, you can see that when pi by omega naught is pi by 2, cos pi by 2 by n, cos pi by 2 by pi by 2 n. It also increasing alternative positive and negative values. We give 0 sample and positive value, positive sample, negative samples. We are getting the rate of oscillation increases. Again, up to omega naught is pi. So we are getting rapid rate of oscillation increase more and more. Rate of oscillations are more and more in this case. Omega naught is pi. That's why I told 0 at pi and 3 pi and 5 pi, odd multiple of pi radians, you get the higher rate of oscillation. That is the frequency also higher the frequency is possible. Higher the frequency, higher rate of oscillations is possible for the at pi and 3 pi and 5 pi. That is nothing but a odd multiple of pi radians. Similarly, in case of the it goes on, the omega naught value goes on continuously increasing the omega naught value from pi onwards. They continuously increase the omega naught value from pi onwards, 3 pi by 4. Again, it start decreasing oscillation, rate of oscillations. For this case, decreasing rate of oscillations. Similarly, 3 pi by to 4 pi by 7 pi by 4, it is also decreasing the rate of oscillations. So omega naught is equal to 15 pi by 4, again decreases. When omega naught reaches to 2 pi radians, rate of oscillations are smoothly slow down the rate of oscillations. That means 0, 2 pi radians, the rate of oscillations can be very slow rate of oscillations. The frequencies are very low frequencies as well. That's why these are the when you see the for continuous time signals, omega naught value increases, rate of oscillation increases. At discrete time signals, what happens means it is we are getting identical signals as omega for all values of omega, they are separated by 2 parents. Next, we are going to discuss the periodicity property. You know that in e power j omega is a continuous time signal, continuous time exponential signals. The omega, you know that 2 pi by t naught, that is equal to omega naught, or omega naught equal to 2 pi by t naught. By omega naught equal to t naught. As omega naught value increasing, rate of oscillations are increases. What is periodicity property? According to periodicity property, e power j omega naught t plus capital T naught. It has e power j omega naught t, e power j omega naught t naught. Sorry. Omega t, omega naught t. Whenever the e power j omega naught t naught equal to 1, then it is a periodic signal. See, in case of the discrete continuous time signals. In case of discrete time signals, discrete time is a e power j omega n. It is a discrete time exponential signals, periodic with periodicity n. When the periodic means, at a condition, you know that e power j omega naught n plus capital N, that equal to e power j omega naught n. When this condition is satisfied, it is nothing but x of n plus capital N equal to x of n. This is a condition for the periodicity condition. According to this condition, we write it as e power j omega naught n plus capital N, where n is the period of the periodic sequence. E power j omega naught n, e power j. When it becomes periodic means e power j omega naught n value equal to e power j omega naught n value equal to 1. Then only the condition is satisfied. Periodic condition is satisfied. When omega naught n, where n is an integer number, when omega naught n value equal to 2 pi times of the some m, where m is integer number. This value e power j omega 1 value, omega naught n value 2 pi m value, where m is integer number. When it is integer number means 2 pi by omega naught by 2 pi equal to m by n. Whenever the m by capital N, this is a rational number, then only periodicity condition is satisfied. Whenever m by n, m is integer number, n also integer number. When this is a rational number, then only periodicity is satisfied. Otherwise, it is not a periodicity. When this condition is not satisfied, it is a non-periodic sequence. That's why, and also rational number means both m and n have no common number. What is fundamental frequency? Fundamental frequency is given by the omega naught by m equal to 2 pi by n is a fundamental frequency. where n is a periodic sequence, n number of samples in a period. And the fundamental time period is given by n equal to 2 pi m by omega naught. Let us discuss about this sequence. Let us consider some sequence. X of n is a sequence. Cos 2 pi n by 12. We observe that in this case, what is in this cos 2 pi n by n, where what is omega naught? You know that omega naught is equal to 2 pi by n. 2 pi by n. Now, okay, what is n value now? In this case, now is equal to 12. N value equal to 12. These are 12 samples are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 samples. This is one period. One period. The same sample is repeated for the every n. Every n number of samples are repeated. Also, in case of our same signal with continuous time sequence, we can write expression like this: cos 2 pi t by 12. In case of what is t naught value, t naught also 2 pi by omega naught, or omega naught equal to 2 pi by t naught. Now, what is t naught value? T naught value is equal to 12. In both the continuous time signals and discrete time signal, the period is equal to 12 in this case. Period is equal to 12 in this case. See the first, you can see the discrete time sequence. The period of the periodic sequence is given by n equal to 12. In case continuous time sequence, cos 2 pi t by 12, 2 by 12, t naught equal to 12, t naught is equal to 12. In both cases, continuous time sequence and discrete time both have a same time period. For this type of sequence. Similarly, we take one more signal. Let us say x of n is equal to cos 8 pi n by 31. 8 by n by 31. For this case, what is the period of the sequence? In this case, the period of sequence is equal to, you know that omega naught by m is equal to 2 pi by 31. Just you see the previous slide. See, n value equal to 2 pi m by omega naught. For this case, for second case, it is nothing but n equal to 31 for discrete time sequence. Discrete time periodic sequence, n value equal to 31. But in case of the continuous case, you know, like this, 31 samples. 31, n is equal to 31. In case continuous case, cos of 8 pi t divided by 31. That is nothing but it is written as a 2 pi t divided by 31 by 4. Now, period of the t naught, period of the periodic continuous time sequence is going by 31 by 4. 31 by 4. That means this period of the period of discrete time sequence is equal to 31. The period of the continuous time sequence is going by 31 by 4. That means what happens means, suppose the continuous time signal x of t, it can complete one cycle 31 by 4. T is equal to 31 by 4, and you complete the second cycle, the first cycle, second cycle. So you complete second cycle at t is equal to 131 by 4. For third cycle, you complete the t is equal to 231 by 4. 231 by 4, 331 by 4, and fourth cycle it is at t equal to 431 by 4. That means it whereas in case of the discrete time signal, it complete the n is equal to 31. It complete one cycle after 31 samples. After 31 samples, that means one cycle of one cycle of dt signal sequence equal to 4 cycles of the continuous time signals. That means after complete the continuous time signal complete the 4 cycles, then dt signal complete only one cycle. That means these 31 samples can repeated for the after 31 samples are repeated for the after repeatedly occur. In case that means 4 cycles can be completed for the in discrete continuous time signals, whereas one cycle complete for the discrete time signal. In this case, t is equal to 31 by 4, first cycle completed, the x of t signal. T is equal to 130 by 31 by 4, second cycle completed. T is equal to 231 by 4. Third cycle completed. T is equal to 431 by 4. 4 cycle complete. That means it complete the 4 cycles. 4 cycles. After completion of these 4 cycles, discrete time sequence can be completed with 1 cycle only. 1 cycle only. Because it has a period equal 31. These 31 is automatically repeated. Okay, this is the difference in this case of the this type of sequence. Next, for this case, you see the n is equal to 2 by n is equal to n by 6, cos n by 6. In case of this is a n by 6. In case of discrete time sequence, cos n by 6, x of a is it is not a you see this is written as a cos 2 pi n, but 2 pi into 6, that is nothing but a cos 2 pi n by 12 pi. You see this is a 12 pi. N 2 pi n. N is equal to 12 pi. But it is a 12 pi is not an integer number. In this case, the discrete time sequence n must be integer number. 12 pi is not a real number. That's why the periodicity is not possible for this type of sequence. There is no periodicity for this case of the discrete time sequence. Whereas in case continuous time sequence, you write x of t equal to 2 pi t divided by 12 pi. 12 pi. Where t naught is equal to 12 pi. It can be repeated for the signal can be repeated for the every 12 pi value. Time is equal to 12 pi values. The signal can be repeated well. This is periodicity possible for this continuous time sequence. The periodicity is not possible for the discrete time sequence. For this case of sequence. Okay, see the harmonic related complex exponential sequences. The sequence frequencies are multiplied by the 2 pi by n. Let us say pi k n, the signal represented by the e power j k 2 pi by n into n, the capital N into small n, where k is equal to 0, 1, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 5, and so on, that indicating as a signal. You know the condition is satisfied. In pi k plus n equal to n, pi k n, that condition can be satisfied. This is harmonic related sequence. Pi k n plus 1, this is pi k plus n e power j k plus n 2 pi by n into n, e power j k 2 pi by n into n, or j 2 pi by n, or j k 2 pi by n into n. This is a k indicating a harmonically related frequencies. You know that. What is this value? Integer multiplied by j 2 by n. This value equal to 1. This value equal to 1. And also in this case also, write it as like this. Like e power j k plus n 2 pi by n into n. This is written as j k 2 pi n into n multiplied with e power j n into 2 pi n into n. N cancel. What this value? This value equal to 1. E power j k 2 pi by n into n. That's why this condition is satisfied. This condition is satisfied. Okay. These are harmonic frequencies. The kth harmonic. The multiple of the fundamental frequency. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.